ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। 58. परास्य शक्तिर्विविधेत्येवं श्रुत्यन्तरेरिता। भूम्नः शक्तिर्भवेन्माया तदुत्थ महिमाखिलः। तदर्थो, alternative reading is tadutho, that is taduttha. I didn't give in the morning. Alternate tadutha. Narada has a doubt. Is it ever possible that such bhuma can exist? The way the bhuma was described, bhuma, is it ever possible to exist? That is what his doubt. He has got a valid reason. What is it? Whether this bhuma, actually Brahma only, bhuma, if it has got a adhara, adhisthana, basis, then what happens? Bhuma, Brahma is one thing, and its adhara, adhisthana, basis is other thing. And if some other adhara is there, that is something different from bhuma, and therefore what happens? That second adhara limits the bhuma, and if it is limited, it cannot be bhuma, because what is bhuma? Limitless. So therefore it can't be bhuma. Suppose you say there is no adhara at all. There is no adhara, there is no basis, there is no adhisthana for bhuma, then what happens? In the entire creation, we don't find anything that is niradhara. Baseless things without a basis, we don't find anything. How do you say bhuma exists? That is Adhut, Narada's doubt, for which he has asked, is it ever possible for such bhuma to exist? Sanat Kumara answers. What does he do? He analyzes his question. Are you asking for the adhara, the basis, adhisthana of bhuma in the vyavahar dasha? Vyavahar dasha means in the state of creation. Are you asking the basis of bhuma with respect to the entire creation? Or are you asking the adhara, basis of bhuma in paramartha disha? Paramartha disha means in the swarupa, in its true nature, free from creation. When are your question applies to what? Not that he wants answer from whom? Narada. Just to give the answer, he has analyzed the question. That adhara, the basis for bhuma that you have asked, is it with respect to the created jagat or with respect to the swarupa of bhuma? If it is with respect to the created jagat, yes, there is basis, there is adhara for what? Bhuma. What is it? Shvetashatra Upanishad points out, that is what he said, para asya shaktihi vividha. That mantra continues, swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. 6 chapter 8 mantra of Shvetashatra Upanishad. Asya shaktihi para. The shakti, the power of this, who? Bhuma is para, most exalted. And what? Vividha, varied, manifold. It creates many things. So therefore there it say, and how is it? Swabhaviki, just natural. That bhuma has nothing to do to have that shakti, which is the mahima of that basis of that. It is swabhaviki. And what exactly it is? Jnana Bala Kriya. In terms of Jnana Shakti, Bala stands for Ichha Shakti and Kriya for Kriya Shakti. In the entire creation you can find there is Jnana Shakti, power of knowledge, power of desire, power of action. So Jnana, Bala, Kriya Cha. So that is what is there. So where is it found? Iti evam. So Shrutyantare Rita. So it is said in the another Shruti, another Upanishad, Shvetashatra 6.8. So therefore, what is this Shakti now? That is what he explains. Maya Bhumnaha Shakti. This Maya, what is that Maya? The creative power of Brahma Bhuma. Here Bhuma means nothing but Brahma, but word used is Bhuma. There is a reason why that word is being derived also. So that is that Maya, the creative power, Sarjana Shakti. Sarjana Shakti, because of which entire creation is possible. See, Brahma by itself, Bhuma, Brahma by itself cannot create. Shakti, Maya Shakti on its own can't create. Do you know why? First let us see. Maya Shakti, this what is the Parashakti called here, cannot create on its own because it is inert in nature. Nothing inert can operate on its own unless, what is there? The sentient Sachetana Tattva is there. Now if that is the case, Bhuma is Chaitanya Tattva. It can create on its own. To create on its own, what is the nature of Chaitanya Bhuma? It is Advaya, it is Akriya, Nishkriya, it is Avikari. It is being not subject to any Vikara, no action ever possible because there are no other things as such, so therefore it cannot create. Then how this creation takes place? In the presence of Bhuma, otherwise called Purusha, the Shakti, Maya, otherwise called Prakriti, creates. That's why the entire Jagat is Purusha Prakriti. See, in the temple also you see, wherever Shiva temple is there, generally in ancient temples, here also, of course here other Devis are there, but there is no separate Parvati idol. Separate Parvati idol is not seen in the Shiva temple, never it is seen. But it is there. Do you know where? The Linga stands for Purusha, Shiva Tattva. The Pitha stands for Prakriti, the Shakti Tattva. Entire Jagat is combination of Purusha and Prakriti. So therefore, separately, the Shakti, Parvati is not worshipped because it is there along with the Shiva, that Purusha Prakriti. That is what Kalidasa says. Vagartha viva sampraktau Vagartha pratipattaye Jagata pitarau vande Parvati Parameshwara. I salute the original parents of the Jagat. Who are those? Parvati Parameshwara. Don't make this Parvati Parameshwara Kailasa couple. No, not that way it is. Parvati Parameshwara is what? Shiva, Shakti, Purusha, Prakriti. One is the Sarvavyapi Chaitanya Tattva. Other is the Maya Shakti, the creative power. With the combination of these, in the sense, in the presence of Purusha, the Bhuma, Prakriti, Maya Shakti creates the Jagat. So that way say, so Maya Bhumnaha Shakti Bhavet. It is the power of Bhuma. And Tadarthaha, if you take Tadarthaha, it means on account of that Maya Shakti. If you say take Tadutthaha, then Tadutthaha Akhilaha Mahima. All the glory of this Prapancha is on account of what? Maya Shakti. By the by, Mahima, those who know little Sanskrit, it is not feminine word, it is a masculine word. Because Mahiman is a substantive, nominative singular becomes Mahima, Mahimanau, Mahimanaha. The Akara means what you think? Rama, Mala, all becomes the feminine word. But Mahima is not, it is a masculine word. So therefore, Mahima, that's why it is said as a Akhilaha. Otherwise, Akhila would have been put there. Akhilaha means Sarvaha api prapancha. Everything means entire creation. Prapancha is what? Tadutthaha, born of that Maya Shakti which belongs to Brahma. So therefore, the Bhuma is centered where? In the Parashakti. Centered in Parashakti doesn't mean that it is dependent on Parashakti. The glory, Mahima means what? Glory. The glory of Bhuma is found in what? In its Parashakti. That way. Not centered in the... If then what will happen? If really Bhuma depends on Parashakti, who is the boss afterwards? Parashakti. And Bhuma will be subordinate. It is no more Bhuma. Mahimakhe jagatyasmin ya anando vabhasate. Mahimakhe jagatyasmin ya anando vabhasate. Sabhumasya parichedo vyavaharena dushyati. Sabhumasya parichedo vyavaharena dushyati. So, with respect to this Mahima, see, in the state of creation, Vyavahara Dasha, Mahima, the glory, the majesty of Bhuma was pointed out. What is that? It is the Parashakti, Maya Shakti, creative power. So, in that glory, where Bhuma can be found, here it is. Asmin Mahima Khe Jagati Yaha Anandaha Avabhasate Saha Bhuma Asya Pari Asya no, not Asya Vyavahare Asya Parichedaha Na Dushyati. Now if you want to know exactly where is Bhuma and what is Bhuma, here it is. You can't miss it. Let us see. Asmin Mahima Khe Jagati. In this entire Jagat, which is the Mahima, the glory, the majesty of what? Bhuma. Why? Jagat is born of Maya Shakti, the creative power. Creative power dependent on who? Bhuma. Jagat is the glory of who? The Bhuma. So therefore, Asmin Mahima Khe Jagati Yaha Anandaha Avabhasate. Whatever ananda, whatever happiness, whatever joy is experienced in the creation. Do you experience or not? Is there any joy in the creation? Or Jagat is dukkham, dukkham, dukkham? No doubt dukkham, but you cannot deny happiness also. Because of that happiness only people survive. Though not today, at least tomorrow I will be happy, because that fellow has experienced happiness, is it not? If nothing, even a person who is starving for days together, even that person at one time or other has experienced the happiness, if not anywhere, at least in what? Sleep. At least in sleep, happiness is experienced. That keeps the person going on. So that being the case, here is a. So anywhere, that is one of the aspects. But anywhere in the waking state, in the dream state also, at times we do experience happiness. Wherever, on account of anything, any Vishaya, whatsoever it may be, if Ananda is experienced, do you know what it is? Bhuma only. Will we agree? Yes? How? Bhuma so long defined as what? Limitless. Ananda you get in the Vishayas or sleep, is it limitless or limited? How do you say yes? Sanat Kumara has said, no, it must be correct there. Of course, Sanat Kumara has said it is correct, no doubt. But how it is so, then what should be your question then? If you say Ananda experience, any Ananda experience in the Jagat is Bhuma. You have told us Bhuma is limitless, aparichhinna. But this Ananda is parichinna. Is it not a flaw? Is it not a defect? He says, no. That is the question. It should necessarily be a defect because your Bhuma is limitless and you have already told opposite to Bhuma is what? Forgot. Alpam, limited, parichinna, which has got? Jnata, jnana, jneya. Whereas in Bhuma, nothing is there. So he is totally at contrast with each other. If that is the case, we know for certain in the creation, whatever happiness we got. So for example, today morning you went to see the temple. Were you happy or not? How long? After return, now Swamiji has told one afternoon he will what? Leave us free. Whether he is going to leave us or not, again what? like that gopis. Gopis, when Krishna was not there, they were melancholic because Krishna is not there. And when Krishna has come, they are sad. You know why? Krishna, we are sure you are going to dodge us. He is going to give a slip. And therefore what? Sad. Then when are they happy? Earlier also sad because Krishna was not there. Now Krishna either they should be happy, but he is going to, because he knows Krishna, how mischievous you are. So he is going to give a slip, and otherwise we should be like Surdas, Surdas was challenged Krishna. Krishna used to, as a Bala Krishna used to come and play with who? Surdas. And he used to give slip just like that. Then he challenged, Krishna, if you dare to give me a slip, I have arrested you in my heart. Come on. If you have got courage to say, slip off now. Krishna also is what? Obliges. Why? He knows the devotion of Surdas. That is a different thing as said. So, happiness was there, but something else crops up and again what? Sorrow is there. That means it is parichinna. How, if parichinna ananda, then you are calling it as what? Bhuma. Is it not a flaw? He says, Vyavahare, in Vyavahara Dasha, Asya Parichedaha. Asya means Asya Bhumnaha. Of this Bhuma, which was pointed out as what? Ananda experience in the world. Ananda experience in the world is certainly Parichinna limited. But he says, it is not a flaw. He says, Na dushyati, na doshavaha, na doshavaha. How do you say so? Because Bhuma is not limited, but what you have experienced Ananda is limited, because there are causes for limitation. But those limitations don't apply to who? Bhuma. For example, space is limited or limitless? Limitless. Now, in this hall, space is there or not? So now this is limited or not? You don't know what space is. I point out, look here, this hall is empty, whatever that is there, that is filled up with the space. So that is Akasha. And earlier what I defined, Akasha is what? Space is limitless. Space is limitless. You don't know what space is. Don't you know? See here. See, if space is not there, we will not be able to sit here. That hollow is there, because of that we are able to sit. Yes, this is space. But then it clicks you. Arey, this space is what? Limited. And you said this space is what? Hall space is not this space. Hall space is limited. And you told us space is what? Limitless. How can limited be the limitless space? That limitation of this hall space is not doshavaha, not dushyati. Do you know why? And it's only appearance because of the walls. Because of the boundary of the walls, the limitless space appears as though limited space. In fact, these walls cannot limit the space. Do you know why? The walls exist in space. And in and through the wall, what is there? Space there. But for our cognition, we get limited by the space that is provided by the hall only. So therefore, it is not a dosha. Likewise, Ananda, irrespective of what the cause is that is experienced in the world, is what Bhuma only. But the Ananda is certainly limited. That is not a flaw to point out that Bhuma is limited. Bhuma is limitless. But this limitation is on account of the Upadhi. Because of that particular thing created which has given you Ananda, it has got limitations and therefore it appears to be. So it is not a dosha. So this way, the first possibility of the question is answered. What is that? In Vyavahara Dasha, that is what? The Bhuma has got the Adhara basis in its glory. What is that Mahima? The Para Shakti. Now, second, are you asking the question whether that Bhuma has got Adhara basis in the Paramartha Dasha, in its what? True nature? If that is the question, no Adhara at all. That is pointed out in 724.1 Chandogya. Yadiva na mahimni. Means in its true nature, Paramartha Dasha, it has no Adhara, no Adhisthana, no basis. It is self-existent. So that is that. So that is now explained from stanza 60 to 62. Vastu tattva vichare tu mahim namahim nipratishtitaha. Mahima syad gavashvadir bhumno nadhara evahi. Vastu tattva vicharetu mahimni na pratishtitaha gavashvadi mahima syat adharaha bhumnaha adharaha evahi na bhumnaha adharaha evahi na. Vastu tattva vichare. If you consider the true nature, means Paramartha Dashayam. Vasuditva Vichare means Paramartha Dashayam. In its true nature, in the true nature of Bhuma, Brahma, to show the contrast to Vyavahara Dasha where Mahima is there. So, to Mahimni na pratishtitaha. Bhuma is not centered in any majesty, any glory at all. So, Mahimni. So, how do you say so? See, when you say glory of something, it is always on account of something other than that. He gives illustration. Gavadi Mahimasya. Mr. So and so is there. He has got glory means what? Something he has got. In terms of olden days riches, it is said Gavashvadi. Olden days, horses, cows, elephants, gold nowadays also. Okay, so nowadays, if someone has got elephant, what will happen? It is musibat to feed the elephant. But a temple is there, elephant is there. It is a glory as such, is it not? So something like that, some possessions, etc. give the status of being glorious. So he says, Gavashvadi. For example, nowadays, so vehicles, bank balance, status, minister. So like this, all this give what? Glory, is it not? So therefore, Gavashvadi Mahima means, in this case, the one who is glorious is dependent on something called glory other than oneself. Is it not? If that is the case, in that for Bhumnaha Adharaha Eva Hi Na. That being the case, Vastutaha in Paramartha Dasha for Bhuma Adhara, patronage, aid, assistance of something to become Mahimavan, to become glorious. Assistance of something or possession something or patronage of something is required, which is not there in the case of Bhuma. So the same principle is now explained. To be Mahimavan, the one who has got the Mahima. Something other than one which lends the Mahima must be there, for which illustration is further given, which is not in the Bhuma. This is explained, this is told in the 724 Anyaha hi anyasmin pratishtitaha bhavati iti. Means a given thing is abiding in something other than itself, because of which it is glorious. So that is now explained. In Bhuma, there is nothing other than Bhuma. Second thing is not there. Therefore, nothing that can give glory can be there in Swarupa of Bhuma. Anyasmin hi mahimnyanyo rajadi pratitishthati. Anyasmin hi mahimnyanyo rajadi pratitishthati. Bhumno nanyadvastu tasmat kutrasau pratitishthati. Bhumno nanyadvastu tasmat kutrasau pratitishthati. Anyasmin hi mahimni anyaha rajadi pratitishthati. Rajadi pratitishthati. Anyasmin hi mahimni anyaha rajadi pratitishthati. Bhumnaha anyad vastu na ad asti. Na ad asti. Tasmat asau kutra pratitishthati. Asau kutra pratitishthati. General rule is given. Anyasmin hi mahimni anyaha rajadi pratitishthati. See, the glory of one is what? Abiding in something else other than itself. So, anyasmin, something else means, in the case of a given, the anyasmin mahimni, in some glory other than, or glorious thing other than itself, he, what is abiding? Anyaha, other person abides. For example, rajadihi. A raja is, let us say, Mahimavan, glorious. How long? So long he has got the kingdom, so long he has got very powerful army, so long as the treasury is full, is it not? Suppose they go, what happens? The glory has gone. So therefore, glory of a given thing or a person depends on something else. Likewise, if Bhuma has got some Mahima, the glory, it should be in something other than Bhuma. What can be other than Bhuma? Because the very Bhuma means what? Limitless. Limitless means nothing other than itself. That's why Chaitanya can finally resolve only in Chaitanya. Chaitanya Rupa Atma Paramatma Brahma alone is limitless. That is the real. Jagat appears to be there but comes and goes. Therefore, Jagat is not real. So, therefore, no limitation on account of the Jagat. So, therefore, it says, Bhumnaha anyad vastu na asti. There is nothing other than Bhuma. Therefore, the question is asked, Tasmat asau. Asau means Bhuma. Kutra pratitishthati. Where does it abide? It is not simple. Is a question what it is. It's kaku prayoga. Means nowhere. See, it is not a question where is it. It is a way of tone. Where does it? Means what? No. So like, what are you doing that? Means what? Don't do that, that's all. So that tone shows that it is that what it is called kaku praya, not kake, no, not that. So in Sanskrit is called kaku prayoga. Means by tone you mean something than the literal meaning of the word or the sentence. So that means no, that way the Bhuma has no pratishtha, no patronage, no support. It exists on its own. Doubt is resolved or still some question is there? Answer? Means we have forgotten Narada's question. Take 56. Narada had asked, what is that? Niradharaha na buddhyate. If adhara is there, paricheda comes. If Niradhara, not known. Now what is proved here? It is Niradhara. Therefore, Narada can use the thumb now. No patronage. Such a thing is never seen in the world. Answer for continues. No, even though no adhara, that nothing can exist is not correct. Here is an answer by showing an illustration that something that is niradhara also does exist. So, in 56, niradharaha na buddhyate. This still remains unanswered. And for that now, the answer is given by pointing out Akasha. Akasha has got adhara. Which are the pillars for Akasha? If Akasha, which is Niradhara, can exist, Bhuma uska baap kya hai? Also, I'm not joking. Baap, why did I say? From where Akasha has come? Satyam jnanam anantam brahma tasmadva etasmadatmana akasha sambhutaha. From that Brahma, which is the Atma, Akasha is born. What is the cause of Brahma, cause of Akasha? That is what I said, the cause. So that is how it is. So, but from other standpoint, that means if Akasha can exist, you can't, you see, look here. Akasha has got adhara where? In Brahma, you may say. Brahma has no adhara. Not that way. How do you say Akasha only has got adhara Brahma? Come on, point out any blessed thing in the entire creation which has no, which doesn't have the adhara in Brahma. Everything has got. It is not the question. But in the creation, Akasha has no other than, in the created thing, okay? No other thing as adhara. That way it is to be taken. Yatha loke niradhara akashosti tatha kutaha. Yatha loke niradhara akashosti tatha kutaha. Bhumanado yuktya niradharopi buddhyatam. Bhumanasya yuktya niradharopi buddhyatam. Yatha loke niradharaha akashaha asti tatha bhuma kutaha na syat ataha niradharaha api yuktya buddhyata just as yatha loke Niradharaha akashaha asti. From the standpoint of creation, Akasha doesn't have anything else as its cause. Don't take Brahma, because Brahma is adhara for everything. Without that nothing can exist. Entire Jagat is superimposed on Brahma, Bhuma. So, asti. If that is true, that is we know from our experience, tatha, likewise, he says, Bhuma kutaha na syat. Why not Bhuma also exists without any dependence on anything whatsoever? Why not? In fact, you see, it is a glory of Bhuma that it doesn't depend on anything. Dependence is limitation. That Bhuma is independent, self-existence is what real glory. Like that, no? You know that anatha word? Anatha means what? Orphan. Some devotees have got that, even in the stotras and prayers also they add, in bhajans also they add. They pray to Bhagavan, I am anatha. And they think something great that what? I am so humble that I am anatha. Bhagavan ko kuch hota hai. He feels uneasy. Do you know why? See, there is a youngster, 21-year-old, the son of multi-billionaire, and the parents are so loving, they are ready to do anything and everything for the sake of the son. and this son goes on telling, I am an orphan, I am an orphan, how will the parents feel about it? Huh? The parents are there and he says, I am orphan. Like that, if you say, I am Anatha, do you know Bhagavan feels so bad because do you know who? Your Natha, master is who? Anatha, real Anatha is Bhagavan. You know that? In Kabir, Satya Sai Baba said this. He pointed out, this was an incident in the life of Kabira. Kabira was a great saint. At the same time, he was pauper. The king of that region came to know that in my kingdom there is a great saint and the fellow doesn't have anything to eat. It's rather disgraceful to who? Me as a king, that I have not taken care of him as such a great devotee is there. I should take care of him. So therefore, he sent so many palkis full of the provision, gold, this, diamond, this and all, and sent a minister along with them. And big procession is coming. Kabira didn't take no big business going somewhere, but it came to his house only. He said, what is this all about? He says, the king has sent that Kabira is Anatha. Kabira is Anatha, and therefore he has sent all this to him. Kabira, what? What did your king say? Did he say that Kabir is Anatha? What minister has to say? He said, yes. Go back. Take all these things and return to him and tell him, my master Rama is Anatha, give him. You understood what it is. Anatha means who? One who has no master. I have got my master in who? Lord Rama. But Lord Rama doesn't have any master. Is a glory or a flaw or a drawback? Glory. One who is the master of everyone and everything, but no master at all. Self-sovereign. Is that a glory? So therefore, Bhuma has no adhara, is its glory and not a defect. And you can't say other thing. You are asking adhara, you tell me, do you exist or not? Am I there? I am. Is it not? Anybody has got doubt? I am. Now tell me, on account of what you are? Because of whom? Him means who? God. किसने देखा है गॉड को? पता नहीं. So you are bringing some God. Okay, why is it? Look here. I am depends on what? You say he says what? Because of him. But him, yes, if you have got that much Shraddha and devotion, yes, agreed. That's okay, I said. But you have to prove that to a person who doesn't accept God. Come on. Look, Descartes said it's, I think, therefore I am. He's a French philosopher, I think. I think, therefore I am. Other musibat. When you don't think, you are not. Really, it should be, you see, he has committed a blunder. It should be other way. I am, therefore I think. Not that I think, therefore I am the wrong thing. In sleep, do you think? If you think in sleep, what does it mean? You are not asleep. It is not sleep. If suppose you can think and still sleep, the modern man, he is what, 24 hours are not this thing, and he would have, because his office work and business and all this, so much a thing, he would have slept and done the work also. So it is not possible. So therefore, it is I am. See, I am is something which is self-evident. If I ask you, are you there? How do you say so? Do you say, let me see my body, etc. until I am there? In pitch darkness, you are not able to see your body. Can you say, oh, I touch it? Say, if that's the case. Okay, in dream, are you there or not? Yes. In sleep, are you there or not? How do you know? In sleep, you are there. How do you know? If that Chaitanya I is not self-evident principle, you can't recollect that I slept well, I did not. No. So therefore what? I is what? Self-evident. That I itself is what? Ananda Swarupa Bhuma. So what Adhara you need? In fact, rest all things need the Adhara of this Bhuma. Entire Jagat needs the Adhara. That's how it is. So therefore, Tatha, just as Akasha is Niradhara and it exists, Akasha is Niradhara and it exists, so also, why is it not that? So that is, Bhuma should be, in a yukti only, reasoning is given. So in this manner, what should be done? Ataha, therefore, Niradharaha api yuktya buddhyata. Bhuma, which is Niradhara, also what? Please know, based on what? Yukti, reasoning. How? If Akasha can exist without any, that is what? Support, why not Bhuma? It is certainly possible. Still, the question lingers. Sir, you are talking of some Bhuma, Bhumananda, which is not that easily available in the world. Still, how do you say such a thing exists? For which he gives now certain arguments, or certain not only arguments, based on our experience also he points out. You analyze the word Bhuma, then some aspect or ansha of Bhuma you can directly experience. If ansha, a part of Bhuma can be experienced, Bhuma should necessarily exist. It is not a non-existent thing. That's what he pointed out. So that is this Bhumananda. Bhumananda means not some Swami Bhumananda or anything, okay? Bhumananda name also is there. Bhuma, which itself is Ananda Swarupa, is something alaukika. We never find in the world at all. Alaukika means not found in this world. How do you say it exists, etc.? For which now it is that with convincing answer is given in this way. Vyavaharika anande vyutpatte shunyata nahi. Vyutpanno yauti kaschaisha ekagre bhasate swayam. Now the author is giving, Upanishad is giving, three evidences based on which you can ascertain the existence of Bhuma beyond any trace of doubt. Let us see now. Vyavaharike anande. Vyavaharike anande by Vyutpatti has become Vyavaharika ananda. Ekara has become A. Vyavaharike anande. Add Bhuma shabdasya. Continue. Vyutpattehe. Vyutpattehe. Then add Bhumnaha. Continue. Shunyata na hi add asti. Vyavaharika anande bhuma shabdasya vyutpattehe bhumnaha shunyata na hi add asti. Bhuma shabdasya bhumnaha asti. These are adhyaras. Further add ataha Vyutpannaha Yauktikah cha Eshaha Aikagre Swayam Bhasate. See, if you take the word Bhuma, it literally means if you take the Mukhyartha, Shaktyartha means direct meaning of the word Bhuma, etymologically it means what is called as Vyavaharika Sukha. Vyavaharika Sukha means the Ananda that we experience in the world. Any Ananda. Vyavaharika Sukha, that is what it means. Why? How do you say so? Because Bhuma means, in terms of the direct meaning, what is called Shaktyartha or Mukhyartha, it means Mahat. Mahat means what? great, or what is called Niratishaya means Shrestha, or Bahu means abundant or preeminence. What is such a thing in the world? That which is what? Great, Mahat. That which is Shrestha, the most exalted, Niratishaya, or that which is abundant or preeminence. Not abundant as an adjective of many things, etc. The preeminent, what is that? Such a great thing, what is it? Ananda, Sukha, is it not? Other things may appear as great or what is that? Shrestha or abundant, provided they have got the capacity to give us the Sukha, is it not? So therefore, in Vyavahara, Bhuma means the Vyavaharika Sukha. And this Vyavaharika Sukha is Ansha, a part of Bhuma, the limitless Sukha. Why so? Because the ultimate source of Ananda is Chaitanya Bhuma only. How do you say so? From our concept, what happens? When we enjoy a desired thing, we get happiness. And we say what? We got the happiness because of such and such thing. But it is not so. Do you know why? How exactly the process takes place to give the happiness? The bhoga, the experience of desired object, creates in the antakarana what? Priya, moda, pramoda, vrittis, depending on the degree of or the intensity of happiness derived from that. And if priya, little happiness, moda, little more, pramoda, excessive happiness, depending on the object, from where that comes. These sukshma vrittis, priya, moda, pramoda vrittis, have got the capacity to reflect the ananda, that is our Swarupa Chaitanya. See, Chaitanya is sarvavyapi, but chit aspect, knowledge aspect of it is cognized where? Where antakarana is there. Again, Chaitanya is Satchidananda. It is not only ever existence principle, it is ever knowledge principle, it is ever Ananda principle, one and the same. Sat aspect, existence everywhere directly cognized. Chit aspect cognized only where antakarana is there. And Ananda aspect, which is everywhere, is experienced only when priya, moda, pramoda, vrittis surface in our antakarana. In sleep, exclusively priya, moda, pramoda, vrittis surface, and therefore what is there? Ananda. But the basis is what? Chaitanya, that is what is Bhuma. So therefore, its existence can be certainly inferred from the Vyavaharika Sukha, which is denoted by, which is pointed out by the etymological meaning of the word Bhuma. So therefore, you can't say Bhuma is something that is non-existent. If part is available, whole must be, WHO only, whole must be there. It is a yukti. So therefore, he says, Vyavaharika Anande Vyutpattehe. Bhuma Shabdasya Vyutpattehe. Vyutpattehe means because of the etymological derivation of Bhuma in Vyavaharika Ananda, Vyavaharika Sukha. Therefore, Bhumnaha Shunyata Nahi Asti. Bhuma is not something non-existent. Ataha, therefore, Vyutpannaha. Bhuma, which is etymologically derived where? In the Vyavaharika Ananda, is what? Yauktikascha. It can be certainly inferred. How? If Ansha Vyavaharika Ananda is there, Anshi, the whole. If part Vyavaharika Ananda, whole Bhuma Anandas Paramananda should necessarily be there. Yauktikascha means it is also available for Yukti reasoning. Yauktikascha. So we can see two evidences given. One, etymological derivation of the word Bhuma in Vyavaharika Ananda. Second one, inference. Third one, direct cognition of entire Bhuma, where Aikagre Swayam Bhasati. Eshaha, Esha, Yautikascha, Esha, Esha means this Bhuma, Bhumananda or Bhuma or Ananda. Aikagre, when the mind is made single pointed, it refers to Aikagre means Nididhyasana Kale. When the mind is withdrawn from all the Vishayas, mind is made to get absorbed in Chaitanya Rupa Atma Bhuma. At that time, what happens? Swayam Bhasati. Bhuma is what? Directly without the help of anything is what? Is cognized. So in this manner, what is there now? Through Shabda etymological derivation of Bhuma, through Anumana reasoning, then Pratyaksha directly in Nididhyasana, Bhuma can be ascertained. You can't say Bhuma is what? Something that is non-existing. You can't say. Having introduced all this, further, what is this Bhuma is now taught with three modes of teaching. This is what is Bhuma. Again, keep in mind, Bhuma is nothing but Brahma only. But the teaching is from the Alpa and limited and limitless standpoint. Bhuma is also one of the Bhuma. Brahma has got another name, Bhuma also. So what is this Bhuma is taught now in terms of three modes of teaching. What are those? This is adopted by Shruti itself. See, the greatness of this Anubhuti Prakasha, called here Sanat Kumar Vidya Prakasha, all these are told there in the Chandogya, but this type of analysis is not found in the Chandogya. So, Vidyaranyam is a great teacher. So, he analyzes, etc., and what is untold in between the mantras, he brings and makes it very clear, crystal clear. So, three modes of teaching employed. What are those? They say, first is Bhumadeshaha. Adesha means Upadesha. Second one is Ahankaradeshaha. Third one is Atmadeshaha. What are the mantras? We'll see afterwards. First one is Bhumadeshaha. What is Bhumadeshaha? Adesha, Upadesha about Bhuma, this Brahma, from the standpoint of Bhuma. What is this Bhuma? Why you are using two words, Bhuma, Bhuma twice? I hope you remember when I gave the first meaning of Bhuma, Bhuman, Bhuma, masculine, Bhuma, neuter. Was there any difference in the meaning? Masculine word Bhuma means this Brahma. Neuter word Bhuma means what? Earth, territory, etc. Bhuma, Bhumani, Bhumni, Bhumani. That is neuter. Otherwise, no, masculine is Bhuma, Bhumano, Bhumanaha. That masculine word Bhuma means Brahma, which was discussed so far. But Bhuman, that is Bhuma, also Bhuma means what? It means earth or territory. Now, Bhumadeshaha means territory-wise. What is that? Upadesha is one. How? Shruti points out, where is Bhuma? You want to know Bhuma? It is above you, below you, right, left, everywhere. Everywhere means what? Territory or not? From that standpoint is what? Bhuma is indicated. So therefore, that is Bhumna means territory-wise adishate. Bhumna adishyate upadishyate iti Bhumadeshaha. Bhumna means territory-wise in terms of all directions. It is explained. Then, what is that? Do you know where Bhuma is? Bhuma is everywhere. What concept you will have? I am there and Bhuma is everywhere. Means what? Bhuma is distinct from me. No. You yourself is what? Bhuma. Therefore what? Ahankaradeshaha. Second mode of teaching. Ahankarena means as I. It is taught. So it is to remove the notion that Bhuma is something different from I. Because everywhere it is there. I am here and everywhere what is there? Bhuma is there. It is different from me. No. Ahankara is I. It is verily I. But that is what Ahankara Adesha. Ahankarena Upadeshate Adeshate. But when the word Ahankara is used, we know Ahankara, what is that? Wrong notion of I. That will be mistaken. Therefore what? Atma Adeshaha. Not the erroneous I notion Ahankara, but Atmana Kevalena Satswarupena Shuddhena Adishyate. In terms of Kevala Atma Swarupa, it is what? Not Ahankara, the wrong notion of I, but the true I. So that is how it is Upadishyate. These are the three modes of teaching. These are the three modes of teaching. First now, in 64, that what is called Bhumadesha means Bhumna, territory-wise, Adishyate, Upadishyate is like this. In 725.1 it is said, Saha eva, that Bhuma, where is it? Adhastad, it is below. Saha uparishtat, it is above. Saha paschat, it is behind. Saha purastat, it is in front. Saha dakshinataha, on your right. Saha uttarataha, on your left. Saha eva idam sarvam. All this is what? Bhuma only. Means everywhere Bhuma is there. First Upadesha, Bhumadesha. So that is, let us see. Bodhakramo bubutsunam vispashtam abhidhiyate. Chaturdikshvadha urdhvam cha bhuma bodhavya aditaha. Bubutsunam Shrutau to be added. Bodhakramaha Vispashtam Abhidhiyate. Add Tatra. Aditaha. Add Bhumadeshena. Chaturdikshu Adhaha Urdhvam cha Bhuma. Add Eva Asti iti. Continue Bodhavyaha. Bubutsunam, add Shrutau, Bodhakramaha, Vispashtam Abhidhiyate, add Tatra, Aditaha, further add Bhumadeshena, Chaturdikshu, Adhaha, Urdhvam cha, Bhuma, add Eva Asti, iti Bodhavyam. So in terms of three modes of teaching, it is very clearly pointed out what Bhuma is. The Shruti in the beginning, Bhumadesha is given in terms of pointing out everywhere. What is that? Bhuma is there. We'll see word by word. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmane Bhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanya Prithivi Sasrashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahita Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma yotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.